almost there. There's also in Piedmont 8, a completely quiet room. One thing to note there, please don't go into that space with anything that's like an aggressive scent, for instance, right? Try to be chill, right? Take a deep breath. And feel better before you say anything.
Aggressive scents, as in too much perfume, cologne, aftershave, too much right guard. Don't do it. Don't go in there. Don't talk to anybody that have a credential. I don't know. Yes, it's depressing these people are out there, but they are. These are your classic. These little socialists here. We had a caller yesterday, great point. If these people actually met a real, live, communist, socialist dictator, they would be scared out of their shoes. If they actually encountered a Vladimir Putin, they think Putin would come into their convention and applaud them and embrace them and welcome them to the movement. Putin would come in and laugh himself silly and send the KGB after him as making the movement look bad. Same thing with Hugo Chavez. If these people ran into people who are genuinely communist and dictatorial thugs, I think they'd have fainting spells and heart attacks over the crudeness and the violence.
I mean, it's that simple. He's exactly right. See, the orientation between being, say, like a socialist leftist and being a free market-oriented person who's either a libertarian or a conservative or some blend thereof, it all comes down to the academic training. It all comes down to the academic training. I was in college in the late 80s and the early 90s, and I saw in my professors, the tenured professors at my school, who were clearly the people who came out by 1971, 72 from college. They were formed exclusively by, the free speech movement out of Berkeley and the Weather Underground type stuff. And I'm not saying they were all progressive whack jobs, but a large percentage were progressive whack jobs. And so I understood what they were doing. The left plays an incredibly long game. All right, they start by telling you SUVs are no good, and then they eventually sidle into the Green New Deal. They go from the Green New Deal to the Great Reset. They go from the Great Reset to critical race theory. They go from that to this. They're able to take leaps. There's a reason why Mao Zedong talked about the Great Leap Forward, right? Well, the Great Leap Forward is something that spans a lot of time. Conservatives don't have a lot of time to sit back and scheme and plan out how to change the culture in a macro and micro way, because conservatives by and large want to go out and get something done. Start a business, run a company, start a family, be productive, make money, enjoy their freedoms in America. When you have the he, him, she, her crowd, that takes a lot of work, and that's a lot of work that conservatives don't necessarily want to put in, and that's not a bad thing. It's just a commentary in terms of priority. You went to school with kids that you can look back on now, and it doesn't matter how old you are now or how young you were then, but you can look back now and you can say, yeah, but probably that one was probably a socialist, that one probably ended up being a CEO, that one probably ended up being a felon. Maybe you don't know that they were going to be a CEO, but my point is, you're able to look back on time at these people